friends from the comic book world. My name is G,
And I'm Hector.
and we're here to talk about the January 27th, 2025 FOC. Hector and I, we work for our Penguin Random House. So the titles that you'll see today are those that we can sell around the world. Aside from this YouTube channel, we're also on Facebook, on X, and on Instagram at PRH International Comics, where you'll see our updates, news, posts on there. So definitely check us out on those platforms. The links are listed in the description below. So we'll go ahead and get started on our picks for this week. And with that, actually going first is Hector.
Yes, this is Mothra, Queen of the Monsters, #1, and this is the cover A by Matt Frank, who also does the interior illustrations. And you also have a 1 in 25 retail incentive without the trade dress. And it's a very beautiful, beautiful art of Mothra and looks like a baby Mothra, or is it Mothra and the other kaiju? I'm not sure because this book introduces another kaiju called Antra, who's gonna go against Mothra, and then we see two women on the bottom. And I'm assuming because the description says that there's gonna be a female character, and a missing twin sister shows up at her door, and so it might be them, and it's very beautiful. If you don't know the art of Matt Frank, you should check it out. It's very beautiful, and he he does. I don't want to say it's all kaiju, but it does a lot of kaiju art, and it's not just comics, and it's not just within the Godzilla universe, but there's a lot within the Godzilla universe. And he also does posters, like movie posters, and also like covers for Blu-rays and things like that. And they're all very beautiful. And like I said, this is also illustrated by Mike Frank in the interior, and it's written by Sophie Campbell. So for fans of Mothra, here you get a you know I don't know. It's This isn't continuing. I'm not sure, but definitely a new book with Mothra, featuring Mothra.
Yeah, I really like the cover because it reminds me of
Hmm.
the Rorschach test with the
Oh yeah,
butterfly ink blot. So like
yeah,
the way like if you were to fold this in half, it's mirrored images in a way. So I like how they did that because considering that you have the twin sisters
I was gonna say it
involved.
probably has to do with, yeah, if it matches the whole story of having two twin sisters
So it's a really
finding each
cool
other.
way to
Yeah,
demonstrate that on a cover. So
yeah,
yeah.
very cool. The duality of it all, very cool.
All right, next up, I picked Rogue, the Savage Land issue 2. This is the Amanda Connor variant. So, this is a 5 issue miniseries written by Tim Seeley. And he basically takes fans back to Chris Claremont and Jim Lee's Uncanny X Men in like 1981. So, that's issues number 269 and 274. So, basically, it's Rogue's journey into the Savage Land, her relationship with Magneto. And so basically, readers with this like 2025 uh, run will take the readers to experience like the whole story. And of course, you have Rogue here learning to use her skills to survive the dinosaur. You can tell she's like doing just fine. Like,
Yeah,
my
you do
favorite is the
realize
crab
the crab bringing in the yeah,
bringing the
you,
straw stick.
yeah. You do realize that this is sort of an homage to
Mush.
Disney princesses.
Yeah, it kind of looks
It's
like it
kind of
because
like a
it's
Little
like
Mermaid kind of vibe to it. Yeah,
because they're all like bringing
yeah,
things to her, like the
yeah. Like
fan.
Snow White and Cinderella, like Snow White, all the different birds and animals coming to her, or Cinderella with the mice, and of course, Little Mermaid with the crab and the other animals helping out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Amanda
It's just
Corner
the
is
crab.
amazing. I mean, it's just comedy value. Amanda Corner is obviously an amazing, amazing artist, but the comedy value that she puts, the comedy that she puts on the covers is so good. I love all her art. It's awesome.
And I like how like the the saber tooth is like poking holes, like trying
Yeah,
to get
I know the function that she puts on every animal, and
every animal has a
the
task.
trunk with the with the leaf, the saber tooth, the teeth obviously to open the holes, and the crab to bring in the bamboo
The
shoots
straw.
to use
Yeah,
as a straw. It's like everybody has a, yeah, using
a role.
their animals their skills to the fullest.
Yeah, everyone has their skills
Yeah,
being
very
utilized
cool.
here. It's
Yes.
awesome.
And we continue with FML number four. This is the cover A by David Lopez. And obviously, this is a book by Kelly Sue DeCornick, and it is illustrated by David Lopez in the interior. And I love this cover, and I'm sure G does. I picked this cover, and I was like, probably G would have picked it if I hadn't, anyways, because we both love these funny, quirky covers. And of course, the story of FNL continues with these characters sort of trying to save their town and trying to save the witch's house. And um, you have I forget the name of the characters, the most of the characters. I'm sorry, but a couple of them just talking on the street and very just literally just like if it was normal, we have Lydia, who is the polar bear that turns into polar bear, just walking, saying "Welcome back," and you have her reflection of herself on the polo on the street. But I love all this detail of the business behind them, and it does it look like I was gonna ask G, since you're so good with the details. Of course, that's a like a comic book store. And is that like on the pink on the glasses up top, like illustration of like superheroes and things like that? Is that what it is? I don't know.
You mean?
Anyway,
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure. Yeah,
you should know, G. You're always so good about catching all these details. But anyways,
I think so because it looks like under the M there's like a light, so it's a continue. It's in that store. It's the same window
it's
for that
right.
store.
Yeah,
So they must have plastered some like illustrations on the windows.
yeah. I mean, it's like a bookstore or a comic book store or something like that. Yeah, because you see books in the shelves in the back. So I love that too. So I guess they're picking up a book to help them solve the mysteries that they're looking into. So there you go.
All right, next up we have Ultimate Spider-Man. This is issue number 4. Carmen Canero. This is their variant. This is 1 in 25. And of course, I had to pick this because we have
Hmm.
a loving moment,
Yeah.
and then the kids being purely disgusted by the scene that they're seeing right here. But I like how he had to web the balloons together to keep them from flying away, making it easier to deliver. So it's just a really cute, like awesome cover. I really like it. And yeah, had to choose it.
Very cool. And we continue with Ultimate X-Men number 12. And this is a Peach Momoko variant. And we have May Storm with her, mask, but we have her doing sort of a selfie that uncovers her face underneath. And first of all, obviously this book is so good, and it keeps getting better, and the story and the world that Peach Momoko has been creating around these X-Men in the Ultimate Universe are it's amazing. But also it's great that she's doing this throwback to some of her earlier covers, and she did a few covers with this concept of a character having the sort of having their mask on or like their face covered and then the phone sort of uncover underneath. And the one that you've probably seen the most out there is the one with Gwen, with Gwen Spider or Spider Gwen or Ghost Spider, and had doing the same thing. But I remember there were some earlier covers that Peach Momoko did with Harley Quinn, and some other DC characters also were doing the same thing. So I love that she's bringing that back. And by the way, if you don't know, the cover with Spider Gwen with the selfie, that is a puzzle that you can buy. At least here in the US, you can find it at Target. I don't know where else, but if you didn't know, there's a puzzle of a Peach Momoko cover, and it's that cover. So I love all of this. I love the characters of this. I love May Storm since the beginning, and I love this is such a great cover. And I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that she's using a classic concept that she used before to show what's underneath the mask now, which is great.
All right, next up, I picked Usagi Yojimbo. This is 10,000 Plums issue number one. This cover is by Arita Michiro, and this one is a five-issue miniseries. There's going to be two arcs within the five issues. So the first arc is called the 10,000 Plums, and the second arc is called Tabo. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but something to point out with the second arc is incredibly personal and written as a tribute to Stan Sakai's younger brother who passed and the struggles that he went through before his final days. So it's an incredibly personal piece of written work, and so you'll see that in that second arc for this within this five-issue series. And yeah, what I thought was really cool, yeah, you do have these characters on the front, Usagi, Murakami, and Yukichi. I'm also probably pronouncing that incorrectly. Apologies there. But what's really cool is, yeah, I do like that they put the legacy number issue 280 on the cover there. That's really awesome. And yeah, I just thought it was just a beautiful cover, so had to spotlight
Yeah,
it here.
the look of it, it's still, the classic Usagi, but in Arita Mitsuhiro's style, really, which is great. Very cool.
All right, and then our piece of news for this week: Seven Seas have announced a whole bunch of licenses, but just mentioning these two right here, we have a Sacrifice of My Manly Soul, Volume One. So basically, what this is, we have this teen whose family is in incredible debt, and it leads him to take desperate measures by cross-dressing and attending an all-girls school. And he just eventually learns that his situation isn't quite as unique as previously thought, because turns out the student council of the school is secretly made up of boys in the same predicament doing a very similar thing. So exposing their true identities would mean like social alienation, but sticking around might also be worse. Who knows? But if you want to read, you have to follow more. So yes, this is an impending title. We're really excited to talk about. And then here we have Magic Maker Volume 1: How to Create Magic in Another World. Like the title implies, we have little Xian who has a secret. He is the reincarnation of a man from another world who died longing for magic. So, hoping that he might at last harness the power of magic in this new world, he finds that magic doesn't exist here in the new world. But when Xian visits a lake with his sister, they witness this mysterious phenomenon, and it seems like magic that he really yearns for could possibly exist.
Could
If it
exist.
doesn't, if it doesn't exist, can he make it himself? And so
Yes,
we have
yes,
this.
it's giving me a lot of vibes of like maybe Mushoku Tensei, or I was reincarnated as the Seventh Prince. It's kind of the whole middle-aged, reincarnated as a boy, and then looking for magic and trying to become obviously very powerful within a new world. So it's awesome. It looks very good.
All right, that's it for our news for this week, and thank you all for joining us. As always, comment down below on what you're interested and excited to pick up for this week. And as always, come back here for more on our YouTube channel, but also check us out on other social media platforms. Thank you, and bye, everyone.
Bye.